this is Kate from Clear Blue Tarot. I'm just letting that crystal bowl finish. Clear the air. I did ring the bowls and the gongs for a while before I did this reading to get the energy really good. This reading is for Cancer and it's a timeless reading, so even though I'm posting it this week, it'll be current for you whenever you happen upon it. It's a little bit busier here today because I'm starting in the mid-afternoon on the weekend, and so there may be traffic sounds driving by. I have heard noises, and there was some awesome drumming down the street at a park, but it's also been beeping and music driving by and stuff. So hopefully that won't be disturbing to you when you listen. So I did your reading today using a combination of decks, and I also pulled a rune. I was inspired to pull a rune today. And I got the rune Uruz, which is a message of power, strong masculine power. And it's telling you to embrace that power and realize that that is important for you this coming week, month, however long the duration of this reading extends into the near future. You're going to want to really embrace your power and kind of realize that you're full of good energy right now to direct towards action-oriented, enthusiastic, powerful, strong, from your core activity. Okay, so that's coming into the reading with that energy. In the center of your reading, I have the King of Swords with Mikkel the Muckle covering. So this is your current energy. And the King of Swords is actually an amazing example of Uru's energy in the tarot. It's a strong, masculine presence holding the sword of truth. And you're embracing this energy right now. Mikkel the Muckle is a childlike energy. So it's feeling a lot of power and truthfulness with a very childlike innocence to go along with it. So that's an amazing energy, and that's probably why you got Uruz, because with the power and strength combined with the childlike innocence of just going for it and embracing adventures, that does seem to be the core of your energy right now. And you're crossed by the topsy-turvets, which we just had in the, I think, the Taurus reading this past week. Topsy-turvets is a confusing energy. They are energies that are attracted to you when you're already confused that come in and make it worse. So it's just the nature of attraction when you're already in a bit of a muddle, and then you have all this other stuff come on and make everything even worse, and you start to feel a little bit off kilter, a little out of balance, starting to go a little kooky. It's actually the universe. The principle of yin and yang is that there's two ways to balance it. If you get too much yang energy, you can either add yin to bring it back, or you can bring yang to a fever pitch, and then it breaks through naturally into yin. So topsy-turvets are really good for stuff like that because they will push you even further down that crazy confusion feeling until you flip-flop right back into the yin. So that's your challenge right now. So, you know, whether it's yin energy or yang energy, you're being pushed to the max of whatever. So if it's yin energy, it would be like sadness. This reading seems to imply it might be yin energy, which is why it's encouraging you to go the more action-oriented yang route, break through that yin depression, sadness stuff, bring it to its conclusion, and bust out into some more yang energy. And it may involve some sort of truth bearing, some sort of, you know, speaking your truth. In your recent past, you have the Two of Air, which is a card of making a decision. It's thinking about options, being at a crossroads, thinking, should I do this or should I do that? Needing to take action, but waiting and thinking about what you want to do before you go for it. Now, you have the King of Air here as well in your near future as the energy that you're coming into. And that's great because it's kind of doubling up. You have the King of Swords and King of Air on either side of Miko the Muckle. So it's like saying, use this disarming, childlike, beautiful energy that's guileless and innocent to speak your truth. And that's really a great way of doing it, because it's sort of like, like the Dalai Lama or someone like him who comes across so innocent and sweet, like Thich Nhat Hanh, when they say their true things that might have a little pinch to them, that might be a little stingy or a little honest to the point of making someone uncomfortable, because there's this childlike innocence, it doesn't hurt so bad and you don't get mad at the person. So it's saying, if you have to say something, go at it a little bit from that childlike place. So at the foundation of your reading, I have the Three of Fire, which is talking about a new adventure, making plans for something new coming, your ship's coming in kind of thing. So that's going to be in regards to what's coming up next on this side of the reading. But crowning the reading, I'm doing the Celtic cross spread. Crowning the reading, you got the King of Water, which is the emotional strength of a balanced masculine energy. So I think the way I'm looking at it is that there's some truths that need to come out to allow you to more embrace your emotions in a positive manner. Maybe you had some kind of issues, which I'll go forward and explain that. But down here, inside of you, you have this going on. You have the romance card from the Doreen Virtue, which somehow managed to make its way. It's my clarification card, and it made its way into my normal mix. So it's pretty important. It's the romance card coupled with the Page of Air, which is a new truth. So maybe you've been hurt. Maybe you've had your heart broken. Maybe you've had toxic relationships or something like that. And inside of you now, you're starting to blossom with this feeling of wanting some real romance, something beautiful rather than something a little heavier, because the next duo above that, because these are the clarifiers and these are the main cards. The main card's the Eight of Cups, heartbreak, loss, feeling like something's over and done with, needing to move on from something. And then you have the Serpent, so that could be the rebirth. As the serpent sheds its skin of the olds, it allows for the new skin underneath to grow. So you could have just this uprising of some new life coming that you need to speak some truths and everything to move on gracefully. The Eight of Hearts doesn't need to be a painful ending. If you end things gracefully and kindly, things can evolve and end without too much drama. So that's sort of the advice for that. Your fear and hope is really hilarious here. You've got the Devil and the Rainbow. So the Devil was the main card, the Rainbow is the clarifier. And the Devil in the Enchanted Tarot speaks about just thinking of the material world and the ego self more than spiritual self. So as we evolve, we will let go more and more of that sort of shadow side of us and let the rainbow, which is all the clear energy of the chakras balanced, we will let that fly. So that's a beautiful combo. And then for your final outcome, it's just glorious here. We have Tobira of the Waters, which actually it's up here with the King of Water. So to have those two up here, it's all about healing waters. And it's funny, I love the Tobira of the Waters card because one thing I've always wanted to do is travel the world and go to hot springs all over the world, or healing waters all over the world. These natural places where, maybe only the locals would know about them. I'm not talking necessarily about the famous places, although I'd love to go to the Dead Sea and, places like this as well. I still love the off the beaten path little places that you find out from the locals and everyone goes there and you find such a magical place. So that's Tobiru of the Waters is about healing waters, healing emotions, and she is flanked because I got 2 cards to flank her. I pulled this one and then I pulled this one as a clarifier. I mean, you can't get better energy than the dove and the hummingbird. The dove is peace. It's being peaceful in every circumstance, even if something is hard and harsh, which it seems like we're experiencing a lot in the world currently, even though this reading's timeless. Like, I'm doing it during this time of real upheaval. So the idea of the dove spirit coming in to keep you peaceful in spite of nervous energy of the world. That as a Cancer, you're the mother, you're the moon, you're going to pick up all this nervous, frightened, sad mix of energy, angry even, that's going around. So it's reminding you that if you embrace your emotions and go within and meditate, take a bath, go somewhere that's calming, and let go of those bad emotions and start, not bad, I don't judge, but bad for you, maybe bad for your health. Let go of those and embrace peace within. It's only through having peace within that we can get to this hummingbird energy, which is, I mean, this card, the hummingbird's surrounded by white light, which I always think of as like the crown chakra. And then there's rainbows all around it, which I've been taking a lot of pictures of the sun lately, accidentally, just because it's there in the picture I'm taking. And when they come out, they have a rainbow around the white light of the sun. And it's just like this. It's very similar. Sun, rainbow, light. And the hummingbird is all about joy and bliss and all the good stuff. So it looks like you have an amazing time in the near future coming for you. And whenever you read this, I hope this is actually your resonating spread, because it's fabulous and everyone would like this spread. So I'm going to put the decks I've used underneath in the description, and my email is always there in case you'd like a private reading. We go more in detail. I use some Lenormand for that, so you'd get more details. So I'm going to let you go, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.